Hello everyone, I'm Qajar Rizwan and I welcome you all on my Miroverse and my YouTube channel. And this time around, I have brought you a scope management plan that I have created in Miro. The scope management plan that I have created in Miro is a visual framework that documents how project scope will be defined, validated, and controlled. It prevents scope creep by establishing clear boundaries, formal change processes, and explicit approval authorities that all stakeholders agree to follow. And who are the intended users for the use of this scope management plan? First of all, project managers who own, maintain, and enforce scope boundaries. Then program managers who standardize scope management across multiple projects. Product owners who define acceptance criteria and prioritize within scope. Project sponsors, stakeholders who approve baseline and major changes. Business analysts who ensure requirements align with approved scope. And finally, the delivery teams who reference scope boundaries during execution. What can be the primary use cases for the scope management plan? It could be new project kickoff, where you can define scope from scratch with clear boundaries. You can rescuing a project with scope creep, where you can regain control of the runaway projects. Multi-stakeholder projects, where you can align conflicting priorities and expectations. Fixed price contractors, where you can protect contractual boundaries from informal changes. Agile with governance, balance team autonomy with executive oversight. And regulatory projects, where you can maintain compliance while managing changes. I have taken an example of a corporate digital wellness platform, and I have used this example to help you explain how this scope management plan can be chalked out, and you can use this template and duplicate it, and you can use it for your own scope management plan. As you can see here, it starts with the project name, the targeted deliverables that you are intended to achieve, the duration of the project, the budget that you're looking for, and its status. Then this scope project plan, management plan is spread into six sections. The first section is about project scope statement, where you will define the baseline, then where key deliverables, then the project boundaries and the constraints. Now, this section is completely related to the project scope statement. Then comes the section 2, where you will define what is in scope and what is out of scope. And the tip is reference this section whenever a new request arises. If it's in the out column, it requires formal change control. Then section 3 is related to the work breakdown structure, where you will break down your project plan, scope project plan, into WBS. And this could be very beneficial if you can use this hierarchical diagram and define your WBS. Then comes section 4, where in which you will be defining the scope validation process, and you can use a flowchart to define this scope validation. And this is an example that I have taken for the wellness project that I have taken for you. And you can follow this framework and steps to chalk out your own, design your own flowchart. And the tip is to no shortcuts. Every deliverable must pass through this validation process, and stakeholder sign off is mandatory before considering work done. So this is an example of a flowchart that fits to the example that I have taken, which is corporate digital wellness platform. Now let's go to the section number 5, and section number 5 is where you will define the change control process and scope creep killer. So it has two subsections. The first section is where you will define the change control decision thresholds, and you will use a table feature of Miro for this one. The columns that you will be using are the impact level, and these could be minor, moderate, major, and critical. The second column could be cost impact. For this example, you can take these column names can be can change depending on the example that you are taking. And then the third column is schedule impact, then the approving authority, and the review time frame. Now, the second subsection is a Kanban board, which is used to depict the life change request. And for this example, as you can see here, it is spread across 5 columns: new requests, under analysis, awaiting approval, approved, and rejected. So you can basically rename any of these columns depending upon the scenario that you are using this scope plan for. So underneath this Kanban board, you will list on the summary of the Kanban, where as you can see that there are altogether 8 requests, 2 are approved, 4 are in progress, and 1 is rejected. And down under this section, you will list on the scope creep red flags. For example, there are 4 red flags at the moment, and you can list on here. Now let's go to our final section, which is roles and responsibilities, or the RASI matrix that you will be using to define the responsibility, accountability, and consulted and informed matrix. The columns that we'll be using are the activities. You will list down all the activities that are in the scope management plan, then who's the sponsor, the project manager, the product owner, and the steering committee, and the IT director, and you will list down their responsibilities, their who are the final authority, who needs to be updated, and who will provide the input. So this RASI matrix is very important, and you will basically use it in the section number 6. And then you will define what will be the escalation path. In this case, the project manager goes to the product owner and project manager, and then steering committee, and finally the project sponsor. And what will be the response times for each of the levels. Then comes us finally the success matrix, and for this example our success metric is the change approval rate, average review time, budget variance, first time pass rate, and finally the key takeaways. So I hope this template is going to be very helpful for in replicating in your scenario. And if you think that this template is helpful for you, kindly do visit my Miroverse and use this template, and share it within your circle, and your friends and colleagues. And thank you very much for watching this video.